Aha! I have to talk it. Alright. Alright. I'm ready to go. Well, you know, it's a good thing to remember to unmute the mic when you go live. At least this time it didn't go 10 minutes. So, again, welcome all to another Dungeon Hunter Champion stream. I'm Val, and I am going to be streaming some farming, mostly SW10, because I need the gold. I'd also be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Before I get too far into it, a quick shout out to Gameloft and the Dungeon Hunter Champions Discord. I actually am going to be the featured streamer, so I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you guys. I feel truly honored, and I will do my best to keep producing excellent content. So, as you can see, we're already mid into it right now. I'm really looking, the only drops I'm looking for is a sturdy defense shoulder. I actually switched out Camille, which is the light basilisk from vital defense, to sturdy defense. Not sure if I'm going to regret that yet or not, but we'll see how it works out. All his skills scale off of defense. There's no HP scaling skill, so I just went all in on that. And hopefully he won't let me down. Right now I use him in PvP offense, but once I get his shoulders, I will be switching him to PvP defense. For the substats I'm looking for is HP with defense percent substats on slots, the chest, helm, and the necklace, and then defense percentile on the gloves, shoulders, and bracer. So that's what I'm looking for. I have everything. I just need those shoulders. Hopefully it will be defense percent when they finally drop. My last stream, it seemed like every sturdy piece I could want for each slot drops, but I couldn't get the shoulders. So I'm hoping in this one it drops. But, you know, it's a grind. It's eternal. After I'm done with that, I'm going to be grinding gear for my Bubba Kruk. I lost my train of thought, which is the Dark Hag. And I actually use her as a dot unit, or excuse me, an OGD unit. And right now I do use the Snake Ladies, but I want to go back to Bubba Kruk because I want to do something different. Everyone runs Snake Ladies, and I was running her before I got my Snake Lady, and she did really well. I had her built like I would build a Snake Lady, which was Adept, Precision, HP, or excuse me, her build was Defense, HP, Accuracy. I'm going to switch that out to a crazy build. I'm going to try to get all the accuracy I need from subs without using the Precision set. It's actually easier. It's really easy to do. It just takes time. I currently run my Run Yo, which is the Fire Snake Lady on Adept slash Sturdy, Adept slash Warding, and she's at 109% accuracy, and there's no precision in there, so it's doable. If just for a test, if it takes too long, I'll ungear my Run Yo and put that on my Hag just to see how she does. But the goal is for her to be on Mortal. I want to go Mortal, Attack, Crit Rate, Accuracy. Now, my goal with that, if I can get 100 crit rate in subs, then I'll go crit damage instead of crit rate. Because I'm going to build her all-out attack with... I'm only going to go to about 75 to 60 accuracy on her. Normally, me personally, I know Gameloft says 60. Then there are some players who say there's no reason to go above 85. I'm still going to go ahead. And this is a perfect one for her. It wouldn't matter what the subs went into on this for me. If it went into accuracy, if it went into crit rate. I would hope they both go into crit rate, since I'm not going to focus too heavily on accuracy for her. But that's definitely going to be a keeper. So it starts off pretty good. Again, the goal is going to be... For her offset, if I can't get enough gear, it'll be precision. If I can, I'll go keen. And if I get super lucky and by some miracle, I get every roll I could possibly want, and I get crit rate and I get accuracy in just substats alone, which is not happening. You know that, I know that, but it's possible. I mean, it really is possible. I will go ahead and use like warding or sturdy, because I don't, when you're at a place where you don't need like the crit rate from Keen and you don't need the accuracy from precision, then you can go and get more tanky. You can either go warding and resist the stuns, resist the OGD, or you could go vital, get more HP. You could go defense and get more defense. I'm partial to defense and warding over vital and HP. That's just how I am. But either one works. If you can get your goal stats in substats, that's the only time you really want to do that. Because otherwise, there really isn't a big use for resistance that I've seen yet. I mean, there are some encounters where you do want to be cleansed or you want to kill before it's an issue. But right now, I don't really see a requirement for high resist. So if you're iffy on that, defense or vital is always a good way to go. But just keep in mind, it also depends on how your gear drops go. Are you going to get lucky enough to where you do get a vital piece or a sturdy piece that fits your need? It could end up being a warding piece, and it's like, okay, you know, I'll go with a warding two-piece set since I've already met my other stat goals through substats. So that's how I gear. That's how I look at it. I really try to do all I can in subs versus going with the two-piece. It lets you be a little bit more tanky. And I want to say, hey guys, thanks for the subs, or for the follows, excuse me, for JStorm, Z20, and Nixology. I appreciate it, guys. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much for those follows. And my team, this is my current team. This team used to be my slow team. I did make some changes that I honestly did not think was gonna speed up this run, and it actually did. I built my teams, both of them, both this slower now speed team, and then I built a faster team. Now my faster team, which is where I take out Water Naga. I know that sounds crazy. It's like, well, why wouldn't you take out nature? This is true. I don't know why, but when one of my Nagas dies, it's the water one. My nature one is typically always rock solid. My water one is the one that goes down, and I've actually tried swapping out my nature Naga and putting in Alia in my speed team, and the water one will die. I have no idea why. Maybe RNG just hates me. So that's why I swap out the water one. And it works just fine. But previously, that team was about, I would say, 15 to 30 seconds faster than this team. And now this team is 15 to 30 seconds faster than it. Why? I don't know. Now this piece here is good. This is one of those pieces where if you've met your stat goals already and you're looking for a two-piece set, then this would be something you would go with. Because you've got crit damage, resistance, max HP, and defense. So this would be something you would put on a support, not really a support unit, excuse me. This would be something that you would put on a DPS unit where you've already gotten your crit rate, you've already gotten your attack, or excuse me, your crit rate, and you've already gotten your accuracy if you need accuracy. It's just like, well, now I want to increase my crit damage. This would be a good one to go with. It would really be ideal if resistance was gone and attack or crit rate was here. That would be an amazing piece. But as it stands right now, this piece is okay. Okay for a DPS unit. I'm not going to keep... I'll keep it. You never know when I'll look at it and go, wow, this piece fits perfectly. It rolled the subs I want, and it's just great. And looking at that one, I would want it to be either defense or HP and not resistance if I ever end up using it. I'm kind of a pack rat. I do try to stay organized, and I try not to like take every piece of gear that drops, but the pack rat in me is like, no, you may need it. Don't sell it. Don't sell it. The only time I really don't debate selling a piece of gear is when that gear is shoulders, gloves, or bracer, and it's flat stat for main stat. There's no hesitation. Just sell it. It's not worth it. You want a percentile stat in that slot. And I truly believe flat stat in those slots only exist to get you more money. That's the only reason that stat exists. Flat stats exist on those slots. I mean, even if the sub rolled perfectly for something you want, and it had flat stats, just say HP, which, you know, you can use HP on every unit. and say it rolls like 25 crit, I don't know. I would much rather keep looking for an actual crit rate glove piece instead and use that, because you're going to get more crit rate out of it. And same thing with crit damage, same thing with defense. Since you can get a percentile in that slot, no matter how the subs roll, it's always going to be better just to toss it and look for a percentile based stat. That's how I roll with it, at least. I'm just not a fan of that. Not a fan at all. And I'm really, really hoping sturdy shoulders. That's what we need. That's what RNGesus needs to send to us. And a little bit about me. I don't know if you saw my profile and highlighted streamer, but I grew up in the 80s, as I'm sure the gray in my beard indicates. But it was the best time ever. I grew up watching cartoons like G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, Silverhawks. All those were just like classics. The Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which on Friday featured The Legend of Zelda, which was my favorite cartoon after school. I would rush home, didn't have homework because it was Friday, turn on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and enjoy The Legend of Zelda. For a while, me and my brother would always, when one of us did something wrong, we'd always be like, well, excuse me, princess. But that was our thing. So that was what Link would say. Now, this glove is garbage. 540 flat HP. Terrible. Well, max HP on percentile is good, but attack, not worth keeping. You sell that bad boy, it's worth 12K, which is a good thing. What do you think of that? It offends my childhood? Actually, it offended my childhood too. So did every Transformers cartoon after the original Generation 1 cartoon. The newer ones were really, really bad. The one with The Rock, I did not like, where he was, what is he called? A Texas Longhorn or something like that. Oh, awesome. I'm glad I could do that for you then, Peter. Double Nagas and a Snake Lady with Monas is the way to go. And of course, Zinnia goes everywhere with every team. She's just awesome. So great minds think alike, Peter. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. We're ahead of the curve. Yeah, I was not a fan of so Zinnia is 6-star. Everyone else is 5-star. I actually have the, oh wait, you know what, really quick, let me finish your question though, Peter. I actually have enough fodder, 4-star max fodder, to make 3 more 6-stars, but I don't have the just level 1 4-stars to do it. So while I'm making those, I'm still trying to decide who I'm going to 6-star next. Probably going to be Monas though. Monas or Camille, because I use them in PvP offense and defense. Well, defense once I can get these sturdy defense shoulders to drop. Now to go back to Nixology, you know what? I misunderstood you. Thundercat's Roar could be good. It could be good. Here's why. And I'm going to say something that if my kids heard me, they would find it blasphemous. But I actually started to enjoy Teen Titans Go. Now, when Teen Titans Go came out, I definitely was, this sucks. They're killing my, well, it wasn't my childhood, it was my kids' childhood, but I still watched it with them. They're killing my memories of a great show with this garbage. And I don't know what happened. I would sit down and watch Teen Titans Go, and now I'm a huge fan of it. So based off that, Thundercats Roar could work for me. I know that sounds blasphemous, but it could work. Yeah, again, if I am farming this, Peter, you're right. There is no big rush. It's just going to make me better, and it'll make me ready for future, it'll let me be ready for future content, because I'm sure there's going to come a point and there's going to come content that 5 stars just aren't going to cut it. You are going to need max 60 characters. So I'm just going to start it now and avoid the rush on trying to level a bunch of 6 stars at once. And for me, it's just a matter of getting the 4-star 1 fodder. I mean, that's really it. And then I'll burn through all my... I have so much max 4-star food that I can use that... And it's not hard. You know, you throw Alia in a group and you go for it. Yeah, dude, Teen Titans Go, trust me, I was a huge fan of the original. Like, I mean, huge. Like, that whole Terra arc with Beast Boy was one of my favorites. And I don't want to, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you, but how that played out, I didn't like how they handled it afterwards, but that was like my favorite story arc in Teen Titans Go. I also liked the X, Robin X. I thought that was good. That was another good one. Anything with Slade was amazing, basically. And so when I saw Teen Titans Go, I was really excited, and it was like this weird, goofy, kind of thing. Now, here's the funny thing. I didn't like it initially, but I actually enjoy the really dumb, stupid characters. Because when I was growing up in the 80s, some of my favorite movies was like Airplane, which is a ridiculous comedy. But to this day, makes me gut laugh so hard to where I feel like I can't breathe. The same with The Three Amigos. Another just really stupid, dumb kind of movie. I mean, that's what I grew up liking. So in my adulthood, I actually have a big fondness just for over-the-top silliness. And I think that's what really brought me into Teen Titans Go. If you do not like over-the-top silliness, that is just not going to work for you. It just isn't. So, because that's the whole show. It's just like that. And to give you an idea of like other things I like, I mean, that's a really good one. But I like Fairly Odd Parents. Cosmo was my favorite, and he was really dumb. I like SpongeBob. Patrick is my favorite. He's really dumb. So, I mean, it's definitely in my ballpark. So, Thundercats Roar, I'm going to give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. With the exception of Nature Naga and Fire Snake Lady. Okay, that's good. You know, I thought about it being a Snake Lady, but there's so much on Snake Lady. Like, right, everyone covers Snake Lady. We know she's amazing. And at 6-star, she can't really get better. What you're going to gain with 6-star with Snake Lady is you're going to get survivability, right? So you're going to get more HP. You're going to get more defense. But her OGD, you're really not going to get more out of it if you 6-star. So instead of 6-starring her, the unit I'm probably going to 6-star is Bubba Kruk. Because I had Bubba Kruk and I had no Snake Ladies for a long time, and she got the job done. As I was saying in the beginning, I did build her like I would build a Snake Lady, which was HP accuracy on adept precision. And so now, though, that I've got a Snake Lady, I have a really good set on my Snake Lady. I'm going to make a mortal set for Bubba Kruk. I'm going to try to get all my accuracy and substats. I've done that with my Run-Yo. Bubba Kruk is a Dark Hag, Peter. No. Dark Hag for Bubba Kruk. So I'm going to go Mortal, and if I can get all my subs in accuracy, I'm going to go Mortal and then either Vital or Sturdy. If I get a really good warding drop, I'll use warding as well. But my preference typically is Sturdy with Vital and warding, bringing up the rear. Because the goal, I like, as I was saying in the beginning, I just like getting my goal stats in subs so I can really play with what I want my 2-piece to be. I just pulled Water Demon King and also have Fire Ink Ninja. Dude, I heard Fire Ink Ninja is actually can farm pretty decently. I haven't tried it myself because I haven't been lucky enough to pull. So, also, my team isn't 100%. It actually runs about 95, 98%. So, and the reason why is just because I don't have enough defense on a few of them. I have more HP. And from my experience, defense gives you more bang for your buck than HP does. Like, everyone that I build really, really heavy HP, they lose HP too fast. And that's because I don't have enough defense. So that's really changed how I look at subs for my support units. I used to go HP, and then HP and flat stats stubs is what I was looking for. Now I go either defense HP or HP defense, whichever slot I can get it in, with the appropriate substats being defense, HP percent, and then flat HP. Because flat HP is going to always scale very well if you're building HP percent units. It's going to always work out for you. Yeah, now, the Water Greater Demon, I'm not sure about him. I don't know where he's used. I believe Greater Demons are considered a PvP offense. Hey, X-Bad. How you doing today, sir? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. And also thank you to those who followed. I appreciate the follows and for you being here in the stream. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Peter, I really want a greater demon. Like I'm jealous there, and I do want a a nature ink ninja. Oh, thanks for the follow there, Peter. It's appreciated, sir. Hey, Panda, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm really jealous. Those are two really good units. I haven't pulled a 5-star since a week into the game. Because when I started playing, I didn't hop in on the same day it released. I came like 2 weeks later. And then from the 2 exclusives, I got my water Archangel, which is Zevron. And then I got Alia, which is my farmer, the Fire Blade Master. Yes, PV focus. You do need gear. You do need gear if you're gonna move up in the game, especially in PvP, because you'll have good units, but then you'll get beat because you're out geared. So getting gear is really important. Panda, thank you for the follow, sir. I appreciate it. Welcome to the club. Let's take a look at this. Vampire 5-star. I'm gonna keep this because it's got everything a farmer would want. And I've honestly thought because Bubba Kruk, which is the Dark Hag, she sacrifices health for her 3rd skill. I've thought about going Vampire on her. It depends. So let's say this. It depends on what set I can get first. If I can get the Mortal set first, I will get that. If I can get a good Vampire set first, I'll go that. And actually, on my the Water Berserker Crude, I actually have a really good vampire set that I could probably put on her, but I'm going to see how this goes first before I make that decision. Yeah, I'm stuck on 87 and getting better. Okay, so what are you using in 87? Because you can actually do 87 with a completely free-to-play team. You're looking at Zinnia, Mojo, Monis, trying to think, who would you use? Bubba Kruk, Rhoda, and Nature Hag. Now, you can get all those through common summons because they're 3 stars. So if you could post your team and what you're using, we can help you out, make some suggestions. Use Zinnia, Rhoda, Mojo, Zircon, Monis. Well, who's your DPS, though? You don't, that's a very heavy, that's going to be so slow. If Monis is your DPS, do you have them built that way? Because there's no, unless Monis is built really heavily DPS, that team is going to be slow, very, very slow. And that might be what's killing you. No, yeah, see, that's the issue. This is you have a lot of buffs, but you don't have someone to actually whittle the boss away. And just Monis's OGD is not going to be enough. What gear are you running on them? Are you running Adept or are you running Vital or something like that? Yeah, and there's Nature Candy Munchkin. She's good too. What's this? It's got crit rate. So I could use this to try to get 100% crit rate on someone that I don't need Keen on. Oh, he's on Vital? Yeah, that's going to be slow, my friend. Like, I would... So you got Mojo in there, so you have great survivability. I'm a huge fan of Mojo because that attack plus defense buff is just OP. So I believe if you switch Manus, you go like... if you don't have access to good Adept runes, I would go... Speed, attack, accuracy. Or speed, attack, crit rate, accuracy. Either one of those will work, but don't go crit rate unless you can get crit rate off of subs too. Because it's not going to do you any good if you don't have a high enough crit rate, and you would have been better off going attack. Just got Adapt from Master Pack. Haven't stopped it on yet. Yeah, Adapt from Master Pack is perfect if you're going to run Monis as a DPS, because all the Adept pieces from there are attack, crit rate, attack. So they would work out 100% perfect for your Monis. So take out... No. Leave Monis in. Do not switch Monis for Peppermint. Not at all. Not at all. You need Monis for the cooldown reduction. Zircon for Peppermint. Let me look at your team again. So where Zircon's going to benefit you is the immunity. So when the boss does the roar, you won't get stunned. And sometimes you can get stunned and then he'll do the bite. And then the bite will kill one of your units. So if you think you can live through that, which you should be able to with Mojo, I would swap out Zircon for Peppermint. That would be what I would do. Nature, AA, Monis, Rhoda, Zinnia, and Zircon. And it's 50% in 7. Let me look at that team. Monis and Zircon. That looks like a solid team for ED7, which is dark. So you're not really worried about any. That team should be fine, J-Storm. What kills you? Like, what happens? Who dies first? And then I'm assuming it's a snowball from there. So if your Zinnia is dying first, she probably isn't tanky enough to be there. Putting Adept on Zinnia and Monis and Peppermint on Vamp. For a DPS Monis, so if you don't have access to Adept, I would say you can go Rapid, because his skill 1 has a cooldown reduction, so the faster you can get that out, the better. It's not like the best, but it will work. You could go Rapid, Attack, Accuracy. If you're able to get really good crit rate subs, if you can't get really good crit rate subs, that's what you want to go. If you can get good crit rate subs and crit rate gloves will put you close to 100% crit, then I would go Attack, Crit Rate, Accuracy. The accuracy is just to make sure his OGD sticks. You really don't need more than 60 since you're really going to be relying on him as a DPS. Subs I would look for would be crit rate, crit damage, HP percent, defense percent. Because you're going to need a little defense. Just a little bit. Just to help the buff from Mojo out and to give it more bang for its buck. Yeah, see, that's the issue you have when you build Monis defense. He is gonna be squishy. That's why you're gonna need to make sure you have like HP and defense subs. So you're gonna an ideal gear piece for him, if you're gonna build pure attack but you want some survivability, is gonna be you're gonna want HP percent, defense percent, and then you're gonna want those flat HP. That's if you want him to be tanky as well, because you're going to be getting attack percent from your gloves, shoulders, or bracer. So if you want to make him glass cannon, though, then the only way to go is for subs, you're looking for attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and HP or defense percent. That's going to make him a glass cannon, but he'll hit really hard. He'll heal for a lot, too, because if I'm not mistaken, Monis' heal is based off of his attack. So the more attack he has, the more he'll heal for. So the goal crit rate for subs is whatever gets you to 100% XBAD, to be completely honest with you. That's how it comes. Whatever gets you there. Now, if you want to go hard mode, that would be getting your 100% crit rate from subs only, meaning you wouldn't use attack or crit rate gloves. You would actually, you would need pretty good rolls because you have 6 pieces, and I think he starts with 15% crit, so you would need at least like 12%. Is that math right? Or 13% on each piece. So I mean, it's a tall order, but it can be done. It can be done. I've done it with accuracy, so it is 100% possible. I'll show you my run yo so you can see what it looks like if you're going to try to not use a 2-piece set to get you the 100% crit rate after this run. Fight went on too long. He did the AoE. Bummer. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens where you have, it just goes too long because this team is all about survivability versus speed. No, I'm not gonna keep that. I'm gonna toss it. Okay, so just to give you a quick look, this wasn't the greatest run to show this on, but this is what my stats look like. I'll show you how my Monas is built, and I'll show you how my Run Yo is built. All right, and then we'll take a peek at them, so that way you guys can get an idea of, you know, what it takes to get the all your crit rate or accuracy in subs. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So here we go. You take a look at, did I pass her? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Okay. So I have 109% accuracy. Now, for accuracy and crit, having anything over 100 is worthless. It doesn't do anything for you. I am trying to ditch this 9% with some other gear. I would really, really like to make that up either in HP or defense. We'll see how gear drops go. But if you notice, here we go. So here I'm using Precise. And which one was it? Him that I have? Yes, it's him. So here you notice I have 97% crit rate, but I'm not using Precise because all of that is coming from subs. This is like I got 11 here. I got 16% here. 14%. 5. 11. And then none on here. But I have the 41% from bracers. So that is how I get it without using a Precise set. And because I'm not using Precise, now I can say, all right, what 2-piece do I want that's going to increase survivability? In this case, since I had sturdy bracers with accuracy on it, it was a no-brainer. I went sturdy. So I was able, because I had such high rolls and substats here, I was able to completely forgo using Precise and gain some survivability. And then here's the stats again. That's why I wrote. And as you can see, like, to me, anything under 30K is squishy. And a lot of my units are under 30K. I'm trying to fix that. That's why I'm farming constantly, typically all the time. Anything under 700 defense to me is a little on the iffy side. Now, I err on the side of caution. Those are really high stats to always aim for. I think really anything above 650 realistically is good for defense. And anything over, I would say, 28K is pretty good for HP. So it's just me. I like to be sure that they're going to live. Because as you saw, I'm not at the numbers I want to be at. And my team isn't 100%. I would actually say that defense gives you a better bang just from my testing. Some other people have agreed, but the game is still new. You know, we might find out that HP actually is the best way to go. But as it stands right now, I think if you're going to build something, you go with defense when you have extra left over, which is why I went with sturdy to pick up that extra 15% defense bonus. Here's my mojo. Since everyone uses mojo, I run adept with vital. Here's his stats. He has 37k HP, almost 38k HP. And you don't really care. The thing about when you build a mojo, you can care about resistance. It helps him live. But all this other stuff, crit rate, crit damage, attack, accuracy, none of this matters with mojo. None of it. These two right here are everything. So whatever you can get on mojo to get these higher, that's going to be the best. And also, here's the thing. If you are free to play, building him really tanky like this by investing in HP and defense is annoying in PvP. You're not unstoppable, but what happens is because he defense buffs, if you have a tanky team, he's just going to make everyone live longer. That's just what's going to happen. And he's going to be hard to kill because he's going to have so much HP and so much defense. So when you're looking at building him, don't worry about anything else. I mean, just this doesn't matter. Just pretend it doesn't exist on him. And just go these stats here. Whatever you can do to get these stats higher. Don't worry about crit rate. If you want, you can even do these three. You can go max HP, defense, and resistance. If he has a high resistance in arena, not only is he going to be just amaze balls for you in SW10, but he is going to be amaze balls for you in mid Oh, that's right. I forgot to turn on the mouse. I knew it was something I was forgetting. I will remember to turn on capture mouse. No, it's not just you. It's not just you. So I'm talking about, I apologize, with max HP, defense, and resistance for Mojo. Everything else, the whole right side of the stat screen, where attack speed, crit damage, and accuracy is, doesn't matter with Mojo. And then you really don't care about crit rate either. Just max HP, defense, resistance. So sorry about that. I'll remember to turn on capture mouse cursor. Yeah. That's what I meant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, and then here is what my Zircon looks, because you will be using Zircon. Mine's isn't geared right now, and that's because I switched to using Amethyst because he's element neutral. You get Amethyst from placing at least 1,500 in PvP when he's available. That's how you get him. But you build them both the same. They have the exact same skills. The only difference is Amethyst is going to be element neutral. That's it. That's the literal only difference. Here's a look at his gear. I'm running him Adept Keen. The only reason I have Keen, again, he is like Mojo. You're not building this guy to do Amazeball DPS. You're not building this guy to do any kind of CC. You're not building him to drop any kind of OGD. He is there to heal you a lot, and live. So just like Mojo, whether it's Zircon or Amethyst, you want to focus on HP, defense, and resistance in that order. Well, actually, I would say defense, HP, resistance in that order. Here's a look at his base stats. He has 27.5k HP, 679 defense, and 76 resistance. And that's really... I want more HP in this guy. That's my goal. But as you can see, I haven't leveled up his gear because I am poor. I have 406k. I had like a little bit before the stream, and I spent it to level my Camille, which is the light basilisk. But that's how I have them ruined. I mean, they're really good. Here's some of my other... Here's Bubba Kruk, because someone was asking who is she. She's the Dark Hag. And here's her gear, but this is all changing. This is all changing. That's part of the reason why we're farming. I'm either going to go Vampire or I'm going to go Mortal, depending on how drops go. I think I already have really good Mortal gear. I think I do. Like, see, this is great DPS. So, since we're here, your Zircon is 90 resistance. There you go. There you go. He will be annoying J-Storm in PvP, where stuns reign supreme. Especially if you build them tanky, because then Blade Masters can't one-shot them. That's why you want to bring shields in your team if you're going to go the tanky route, just for Blade Masters, so they can't do that. Because once they blow their skill 3, you have shields up, they don't have any bursts left. But let's talk about, like, since we have some gear questions, let's talk about gearing. So how do I... Oh, Water Naga. There you go, X-Bad. Congratulate. Well, hey. It wasn't a 5-star, but it's something that's going to help your progression. Nagas are OP. Nagas are OP. And I'll come back to the gear, and I'll tell you why Nagas are OP. Let's take a look at the skills right here. This skill, this ebb and flow, is what makes Nagas OP. For SW10 specifically. Because SW10 is all about getting your OGD on the boss. Now, the boss also will give your units OGD. What makes Nagas great is that on skill 1, so their basic attack, they will return their OGD back to the boss, and that stacks. So when both of your Nagas, if you run 2 like I do, return the OGD, you're going to get 2 stacks right off the bat that the boss is giving you because you're returning it to him. And that's what makes it really nice. And you combine that with their shield, which does stack. That's why I run 2 in SW10. For a fairly safe team, I just need more HP. I need more defense. Now, what I was talking about before, when you're looking at gearing a unit and you want to know, is this good for DPS? Is this good for tank? Is this good for support? So support, all you care about, just like I said with Mojo, with Zircon, with Amethyst, with the exception of Xenia, because she does need accuracy, all you care about for true supports like Amethyst and Zircon and Mojo, is HP, flat HP, HP percent, excuse me, flat HP, defense, not flat defense. You just don't get a big enough, that push from flat defense. So you're really not looking for that. That's really all you're looking for. And then where you're looking at gear, so if you have a brutal piece that drops, that's HP, and you're like, oh wow, I can slap this on, amethyst. No, because it's brutal. You really don't want brutal. So if you get a brutal piece that rolls like HP percent, flat HP, HP attack percent, and like say attack flat stat, it's a terrible piece of gear because it doesn't fit anyone. There's no cohesion with what the set is for, what the sub stat is for. Now, there is an exception to that, and that's when you have an HP scaling unit. So if you have an HP scaling unit and you're running like, oh, you get a vital piece or a brutal piece that drops with HP percent, attack percent does contribute to attack, even on HP based unit. It's not a huge percentage, but it does contribute to it. So that's how you really look at it. You have to look at what the set is for, like Adept. So if you got Adept like this one here with attack percent, this is on a support unit, and the only reason this is here is because I needed extra gear. I might even have something to replace it now, but ideally because I don't care about this guy's attack. He is giving me damage in SW10 from returning the boss's buff, and then he's only there to shield. So I do want Adept, I just don't want attack Adept. So this piece would be better served with, like, instead of this attack 38% here, like HP or defense percent. Same thing with this. This is only here because I needed filler gear, and that's why I'm farming to get something better. And just as a quick glance, let's see if we have anything since we're here. And I don't. You see how this is all attack gear, with the exception of this one. And then we got to look at the subs to really make that determination. Now this one rolled, you can tell, really crappy. I mean, this was just crappy rolls all the way. It's not terrible, but I would much rather run this piece for the 21% HP. Even though crit rate doesn't matter, I mean, it's the best for what I have. And keep that in mind, guys. When you ask for help, either in Discord, either in someone's stream, and you get my least favorite answer, which is, well, why are you running that team? There's better units. No, don't look at it that way. Don't be disrespectful to the person that said it. Just be like, hey, I understand these aren't the optimal units, but I have to work with what I have, right? If they tell you, well, Greater Demon is better, or they tell you Manus is better, or they tell you Snake Ladies are better, it's like, well, I don't have them. This is what I have. And saying, especially if you're free to play, saying, well, summon. It's like, well, my gems are precious to me. I can't just afford to do mass summons and hope I get this one unit. So don't be frustrated. Don't be frustrated if what you have is not optimal. Because if it's the best for you, it's the best for you, period, end of story. Regardless if it's not the cookie cutter team, right? So just remember that as you go out there, and don't let it frustrate you. Because, I mean, it happens. Even when I ask for help, I get the, well, why are you running that? That's not optimal. It's like, well, I get it, but this is what I have. Do you have any ideas for what I have? And that's why if you look at my YouTube videos, if you look at it in stream, I always talk about the base things you need to be successful in certain areas. Like with SW10, one of the base things you need is OGD. You really don't care who you get OGD from as long as it is consistent. And there are certain units that are better and others that aren't not so great. But still, if you've got Bubba Kruk because you don't have a Snake Lady, and trust me, when I had Bubba Kruk, all I heard was, well, why are you running Bubba Kruk? You should get a Snake Lady. Well, I don't have a Snake Lady, and she does OGD. So, and she worked out great. She did work out great. Now, I'll be honest, my team was like 90 to 95%, but I didn't have her built like she should have been built, which was DPS, because I didn't know. I built her like I would build a Snake Lady. What is better to use, Water Naga or Water Basilisk? So I have not had experience with Water Basilisk. I have not had, I have Water Naga, so it depends on where you're going. Different purposes bad? Well, not necessarily, because Bubba Kruk, if you don't have an OGD unit and you have everything else to do SW10, then why it's not bad to use Bubba Kruk. I used her. I had no problems. I was doing SW10 without Snake Ladies with Bubba Kruk and Monis as my DPS units. Didn't have any issues. It was slower and it wasn't as stable because sometimes her I couldn't get her skill 3, which gives her her OGD on skill 2 up, and so it would cause a wipe, or she would die and I wouldn't have enough DPS and he would AoE. Oh, my bad. I was like, dang, Nyx, it wasn't a bad idea. You got. All right. Oh, let's save for ED or SF. Sorry, Nyx, that's my fault, man. That's 100% on Val. That's 100% on Val. I misunderstood. All right. So let's save for ED or SW. They could both be useful because let's take a look at Basilisk. I stopped farming. We just had dead nothing going on there. But let's look at Basilisk. What does he do? Because I don't have him. I had him at one point, X-Bad, and I fed him to my Light Basilisk so he could be 100%. Because he's fully skilled now. And it actually was a light, or excuse me, a water Basilisk that put me over the edge. I didn't even look at him. I just immediately fed him. Let's see. So bonus damage based on... Okay, immunity. That's good. Lowers defense. And disorients. I thought this one shielded. Okay. I would not recommend him in ED or SW10. The reason why is the value he brings would be immunity. And I think if you're looking for immunity, I would go with Zircon over him. Because Zircon will bring you immunity and it will bring you heals. Now, Zircon's AI, let's be honest, isn't the best. But I think because Zircon will bring you heals, and in the beginning it's all about survivability, that I would go with Zircon over him in SW10. And I would take your Water Naga and Zircon instead of this guy. Not that he's bad or anything. The lowers defense is good, but I think the heals and immunity with Zircon would outweigh immunity and lowers defense. Disorient, I don't even think applies to bosses. Like, it'll show it sticks on them, but I don't think you actually get the disorient effect from it. So, that's how it would go. Alright, let's get back in. But that's just how to look at gear. Just always keep in mind the main stat or the set you're using, if that set is beneficial to the unit you want to put it on. So, like, Adept is so OP right now because Adept works for anything. It really does. So depending on the subs you get, Adept could work. Like this one is definitely a support because you've got max HP and you've got flat HP and you've got defense. This is like the perfect support room to be on, or support gear. I'm sorry about that. Played SW a long time. So this is the perfect gear support right here because you have the 3 subs that you want. This can roll anything right here. I mean, this can roll accuracy, this can roll resistance, this can roll whatever. It doesn't really matter. Hold on, guys. Give me like 1 second here. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. Oh, I didn't even start the farm before I left. Wow, you guys are awesome. You stuck around. I didn't start the farm to give you something to look at. Terrible streamer, Val. Terrible, terrible. I should be beat with a wet noodle. There we go. Let's get it going. Yeah, I'm a big Cowboys fan. Yep, that's a good call, Xbad. Water Naga and Manas will not let you down in either SW10 or ED10. You can use them both, so you're good. Yeah, the whole family's a Cowboys fan. Well, the immediate family is. We have some extended family that, you know, they lost their way in life, and for some reason they're not Cowboys fans, so we're working on them, no. We're working on them. I don't think they'll ever switch, but we're working on it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with my team. Oh, does he? Dude, that's awesome. You know what? I once started a blog and then realized that I'm too random and I can't stay focused on one subject. So I gave it up. I'll be honest. I didn't hang in there and tried to focus my thoughts more. Okay, good question, XBad. Okay, yeah, I have links blocked. You can go ahead and tweet it to me. That works. So XBad. You want to build him with accuracy. So he's one of those like Zinnia, and I'm glad you brought that up. So Zinnia, the Nagas, you do build HP, defense, accuracy. For Zinnia, the reason why is her strip. Her strip relies on accuracy. So in my opinion, you want to go over the 60. You know, the more you can have, the better. Same with the Nagas. Because the Nagas, they have a attack debuff, which is really good. And then the return the debuff also depends on accuracy as well. And you can kind of see it in action here. As you see, all my other units still have the OGD, but the Nagas sent it right back to the boss. So they're really good in this. And then they get the attack down, which is even better. So if you do get hit... Now, the reason why attack down is important on her is she does a spit. Her spit actually will stun you, and then it'll set you up for either being in lasers or some other shenanigans that you really don't want to be in. So being able to attack break that and make her do more damage if you happen to get caught in it is a good thing. The other way you can go, if you don't want to go that way, you don't want to worry about getting stunned, then you still want the attack break, but then you can work in immunity in your team or invulnerability. Either works. The difference is immunity means you'll still take damage, but they can't apply effects to you. So no OGD, no defense break, no attack break. You're immune to those kind of things. Invulnerability means that they can still apply debuffs to you, but they'll do no damage. You're invulnerable to damage. So the boss can laser you, they can put OGD on you, but you just take 0 damage. So that's the difference between the two. In this case, you would look for immunity. You can take invulnerability. As a matter of fact, before I had my Snake Lady, my team looked different. I actually ran Water AA on Adept instead of Vital. And the reason why is because I needed his invulnerability to be up. Because the boss could laser me and it wouldn't matter. It did 0 damage. So that's how I lived. Oh, what is OGD? Oh man, I'm sorry, J-Storm. OGD stands for ongoing damage. In other games, it's referred to as DOTS, which stands for damage over time. So if you hear DOT or OGD, the two mean the exact same thing. You're just doing damage over a long period of time, which is what the Snake Ladies do. It's the debuff on here that looks like the blood droplet. That's the OGD damage or DOT damage, whichever term you prefer. Sorry about that, my friend. Thank you for pointing out that I didn't clarify what that was. Yeah, it's dots. OGD is dots. If you look at the description on the characters, that's what Gameloft has decided to call dots. Ongoing damage or OGD. Just like instead of leader skill, it's synergy skill. Hey, no problem, XBad. Dude, I'm always glad to help. I'm definitely not a person that thinks he knows everything. I know some things, and I'm always happy to pass on what little I know and learn from others that know more. Because learning is a constant process, my friends. Never think you're done in anything. Never assume you know everything. Oh, this is a good one. So this is 4-star, but why this 4-star is workable is because you have, this could go on anyone. This can go on an attack, and this can go on a support. This is a really good bracer for accuracy, even though it's 4-star. And what I do with these, I keep them when I really, really want to use a set, but I don't have a 5 or 6-star piece. Then I'll look at 4 stars because I want to complete that set. And how it works is you may have this piece here or this piece there that's really good, but then it's like, oh man, if I could just put in this one here and find something for other slots, then this will work. And that's what I use 4 stars for. I'm Wizard on Discord. Okay. Dude, feel free. Feel free, XBAD. I'm always happy to help people. Now, I am off work this week, but you'll notice starting next week where if I take a little bit to respond in Discord, it's usually because I'm working. And I usually sneak in some Discord every now and then to answer some direct messages that I may have. So I never ignore anyone, just so you guys know that. It just usually can take some time before I respond. Not because I'm like this ultra busy streamer, just because, you know, life. I got kids and other things that I do, so. But you're definitely welcome, XBAT. Everyone's welcome. And thank you guys, too. Like, I mean, it's because of you I can do this kind of stuff. Like, Gameloft decided to highlight me as a featured streamer. So I'm really excited about that. I wanted to stream today to show them that, hey, I'm here. I do stream consistently on Thursdays. Thursdays will vary. I'll start on either 5 or 6. And then I do Saturday is rock solid guaranteed. Every Saturday I stream 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I do streams like this randomly throughout the week where I usually give about 10 to 15 minute notice to give people a chance to join on. And whether I have 1 or 2 people, typically I go from an hour to an hour and a half. Oh, wow, dude. Peter, that is super cool. And J-Storm, like, honestly, that means a lot because I'm a little guy. Like, there's a lot bigger fish out there. So to know that I've reached 2 people who really believe in what I'm doing and like the content I'm providing, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much, actually. I'm really going to try to make the stream a little more snazzier. I finally got chat to work. I have events set up, and I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. I really appreciate the compliments, though, guys. It means a lot. Appreciate the follows, too. It really, really means a lot. Like, we're working our way slowly to that 50 goal. That's what I want to do. Then after that, we'll set another goal. And, you know, it's... So I am random. That's one of the things you guys gotta know about me. I am random. We could be talking about a subject, and I will jump to another one. But why I say that is... When I say we're going to accomplish a goal, then I'll post a new one, and we'll keep pushing, we'll keep moving. And one of the movies I like, I watch with my kids, you'll find out for me that I really, really, really like animated movies and cartoons. But one of my favorites was from Meet the Robinsons. And the theme there was, you know, even if you fail, you just keep moving forward. And I really believe in that. No matter what happens, you just gotta keep moving forward. I just streamed yesterday. Oh, you streamed yesterday for the first time? How was it? Did you do video or was it just audio? Because I started out audio only, and then I was like, man, people got to see this. I can't deny this perfection from people, so I got a camera. I live in okay. Oh, okay. Well, let me figure out what time is good in the UK. Like, I'll have to look it up for when my streams start because I am open to doing multiple streams on Saturday, and I might be able to do multiple or do another stream during the week other than Thursday. I don't know yet. I like to run this by my wife so I can lock those dates, those times in, so she knows when I'm doing this, you know, this is what I'm going to do for that time period. Yeah, Meet the Robinsons is good. I think it will go over their heads. It's not as... Because it's more, when I say adult, I don't mean adult like, you know, adult. But the theme is about basically a kid that feels abandoned by his family. And he's trying to find his place and somewhere he belongs because he's raised in an orphanage. So I don't think the 1 and 3-year-old will appreciate that. But it's entertaining. But it is entertaining. It's a good one. I mean, just as an adult, it has a good theme. Like, It tells you something. Yeah, yeah, definitely add it. Add it for sure. Ah, okay. Ah, so you do the duo thing. You know, I don't know if any of my kids are brave enough to do it. I really don't know if they are. And there's streamers I would, oh man, that I would absolutely go ballistic if they wanted me to do a stream with them. And I'll just go ahead and name them because I mean they're great guys. But number one for me would be YDCB. He is definitely not family friendly, but oh man, I've been watching that guy for like 2 or 3 years, and he never fails to have me bust up. Claytano's one, and Island Groaned is another. I like those three guys are just they're funny. I really like Claytano. I do. He's definitely a lot safer than YDCB, but because YDCB just when he gets triggered, like I don't get triggered. When I get triggered, my triggered is just like I kind of like don't want to do it anymore. I don't get really upset. I get like defeatist, like it's over. I'm gonna stop, whatever, you know. But he just goes off. Like sometimes I want him to lose just so he can get triggered. But he's a cool guy. I would go crazy to do one with those. Let's see. Let me catch back up on chat here. Yes, they will love the T-Rex Nixology. Yeah. Yeah, they will love the T-Rex. Okay, so it's 5 hours ahead. So that means my... Oh, yeah, that would mean that my Thursday stream is going to be at either 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. for the UK people. The only reason I say it varies between 5 or 6 is that sometimes we have events that come up on Thursday. So I'm not always able to get on at a specific time.
About 10 till.
So that's the only reason. Like, and work, when I work, I'm out like typically by 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Thursdays it's kind of hard for me to do earlier. But I'll see if I can do something else. Maybe. No promises. And I do late night streams as well when I can't sleep. I have one on here now where basically I'll get insomnia and it's like, I can't go to sleep. So I get up and I'll stream. Actually, oh, later, Mom. I get a lot of, love you too, baby girl. I get a lot of Asia when I get up around those times. I've only done it once. I say a lot. So I've done it once, but I did have a lot of Asia viewers, and it was really good. Really good experience. And I want to do more for them. It requires that I have a sleepless night. Because let me tell you, with working, ain't no way I could do that regularly. Just, oh man, I'd be like dead at work. I'd walk in and maybe I should buy those glasses that have the eyes drawn in on them and just be at my desk like this, looking like I'm working. And then play a looping MP3 file that randomly like does keyboard clicking. Like I'm clicking and typing on the mouse. I don't know how my boss will feel about that. But the good news is, funny enough, I work from home, so all of that really wouldn't be necessary. Overly elaborate plan to avoid a situation I wouldn't be in. I only go into the office every now and then. I actually do what I'm doing here for my company. So this is really good because it improves my skills for them. Editing YouTube and streaming and that kind of stuff. Man, still no sturdy shoulders. At least no sturdy shoulders that I want to use. I need to get that hydration widget. My wife's always yelling at me about staying hydrated. Well, thanks, Jay Storm, man. I appreciate it. Wow. See, this is why, just like I said in the highlighted streamers portion of Discord, the DHC community, I was nervous at first, not so much on if I could do this and being in front of camera and talking, but I was just nervous that if people would like what I have to offer. And the DHC community has been awesome. Like, I'll be honest, everyone has been great. Like, they really have. So, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I just want these shoulders. If I can get these shoulders, would I switch to... If I can get these shoulders, I'll take a look at what I have for Mortal for Bubba Kruk, which is the Dark Hag. And then I will, if I have enough, I'll just gear her and go so we can start testing her. We can see her on stream. So you guys can see if you ever are lucky enough to pull her, if it's something you want to use if you don't have a Snake Lady. Or even if you have a Snake Lady, maybe you'll be like, hey, she brings a lot more utility. I can use her in different places. So we'll see. I just got to get these shoulders first. Because if I can and I can build her, I'm going to switch to farming ED10 so I can get vital gear for my Zeveron, which is the Water Archangel. So that's the plan. Oh, come on. No. And as I said, not 100%. This is our second wipe after streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm very forward about not being 100%. It's just I'm not doing enough gear farming. Really, that's what it is. It's all about gear. Gear, 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 gear. You can have amazing units. They could just like totally blow your mind on paper. But if you're rolling around in crap gear, I mean, it's not going to do anything. It really isn't. That's why, as it says earlier, like you want to focus on PvP after you get all your 5-star units so you can start, or PvE. I think I said PvP. You want to focus on PvE and farming gear before you hop into PvP and building 6-star units. Because you want to have a great, your unit is your base. If you had a good base unit, then you can start building your gear because you got a solid foundation, and then you can move on to 6-starring them because your house is built on very stable ground. You're going to go with your first 6-star? Okay, so is your first 6-star your farmer, or are you 6-starring someone else first? Time for a new water bottle. This one's out. Because if it's your farmer, I did the same thing. I'll be honest. But I also kind of cheated because I did buy the master pack. So I got awesome vampire gear right off the bat. That was perfect for my farmer. So I was like, all right, now it's time to 6-star her so she can drag all my units through so I can start 5 and 6-starring other units. If it's not your farmer, I don't know. It can work, don't get me wrong. It can work. Oh, is he bad for farming? I know he's awesome in 5v5. I have not used him for farming. Have you thought about using the Crud, or Crude? I keep calling him Crud. Crude, which is the Scan Water Berserker. Oh, you have, if I remember correctly, you said you have the Nature Archangel, right? I don't know. The problem with Nature or any Archangel is since their support, you're going to kill really slow. You want your farmer to be fast. And if you have them, I would really recommend the Scanned Water Berserker over even the Archangel. I'm being completely honest with you. You do want speed. Okay, yeah, so it was the Nature Archangel. Yeah, it's just slow, my friend. That's the only thing. It's going to be slow. Let me look at this one. Crit rate. So who would this go on? This could work on Bubba Kruk if I can't get with the Mortal set, because the crit rate will help. I'll keep it. I will keep it. Let's go. All right. Well, I mean, give it a try. It could work. It's just I know for a fact it's going to be slow. Oh, man. This picture that was just posted in Discord's hilarious. Has Mona's head on a People cover. It says sexiest man alive, Monas. Huh. Man, people are so creative. People are very, very creative. I run Discord in the back just so I can see what's going on. Don't want to miss good advice. Do not want to. I'm a good advice kind of guy. I get all the good advice I can take, and then sometimes in life I completely ignore it and do my own thing, regret it, then go back and take the good advice. But some people got to learn the hard way, and I could be that way sometimes. In games, it's a little different, though. In games, I will typically follow the suggestion. The great thing about streaming and about seeing things on YouTube is when you hear a good suggestion, you can also see it at the same time and go, oh yeah, this guy is absolutely right. This does work good. And you can compare it to what you're running and say, hey, this will work for me too. And that's the great thing about seeing it and not just hearing it. Man, I really want these shoulders to drop. Come on, shoulders. I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty, and every time I see a piece of gear, I always hear the heads. Show me what you got. That's all. I hear that all the time. That's just how I am. Like, if people could see into my head, it's me seeing situations from a cartoon point of view. It really is. Like, everything boils down to cartoons telling me something one way or another in my head. I'm a guild leader in my guild, but half my guild knows more about the game than I do. Hey man, and this is legit truth. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that in have confidence in yourself, because you don't have to know everything about everything to be a good leader. Part of being a good leader is being able to listen to those who may know more than you, and being able to take that advice and make it work. Right? And because if you look at great leaders, I mean, you look at presidents, they have cabinets. They have people dedicated to giving them good advice. And I can guarantee you, no matter how good a president is, they don't have half the knowledge of the people on their candidate, on their cabinet. What makes them good is being able to listen to those people and make the best decisions for their country. And being a guild leader, honestly, is the same way, dude. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be able to rally your people, to be able to be there for them. Like, if you got people you got to kick because they're inactive, or if you want to, like, run events. I remember I had a guild leader in SW that would actually have weird units. We had basically a weird units you want to build. And what would happen was you would take, like a slime, right? And you would 6-star it. And then we would see who would be crazy enough to give it gear that could actually work. So I heard that what he did was he's going to start doing RTA for those units, like a 1 to 2-star RTA. I don't even know if it's possible, but I heard that's something that he wants to do. But, I mean, that's just part of being a good leader. You don't have to know a lot for that. Legendary Alliance, what is that? What's Legendary Alliance? I'm not familiar, J-Storm. I'm not the guild leader in my guild. Actually, I don't even read guild chat, and my guild's pretty active. I hope they don't think I'm like just some bum. Yeah, that really made me think, wow, I never talk in guild chat. And I'm pretty sure my guild chat is active. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Man, I'm a terrible guildie. I gotta be more active here. And I can't even... Wow, what's even sadder, I don't remember my guild name. I know the initials are BZN. I think it's Bonanza. I think my guild's Bonanza. Yeah. If any of my guildies are watching this, I feel really bad that I didn't know it. But at least I knew the initials. I'm pretty sure it's Bonanza. Yeah, it's Bonanza. I think. Yeah. I know it's BZN. I know. Let's see. Legend HQ made the alliance. They're rank 2, and it's a group of guilds like a build guild. Oh, okay. How's that gonna work though when Guild Wars come out? Are you guys just gonna... What if it's one of those things where they auto match you against another guild? I really want to see what my guild name is, guys. I'm sorry. I'll get back to farming here in a second. I just need to... Let's see. This one. Yeah, Bonanza. Okay, I was right. Woo! How are we doing, actually? We're ranked 16. Oh, wow. This guild. So this is what I was looking for. This guild, the Kingdom. This one right here. The guild leader was... when I first started, I was looking for a guild. And I was pretty high at the time. I was like around 55 BR when the average was kind of like 30. And I was advertising, and the Kingdom's like, we'll take you, we're rank 8. And then another guild was like, oh no, dude, you got to join us, we're lower rank, but we're fun. And they heard that the Kingdom will kick you the second he gets someone higher. And I wasn't being rude, I was just like, because how anyone wants to run their guild is fine with me, right? So I asked them, like, hey, is that how you run your guild? If I'm not able to keep up, or do you have goals where you'll kick them? That's how I said it. He's all like, whatever, man. If you want to join the other guild, then do it. And so I joined the other guild because, I mean, that was kind of, to me, a rude thing to say. And now we're a lot higher. I'm glad I joined this one. The guild leader from Bonanza was really nice. His name starts with an A. Isn't it sad? I know nothing about my... I'm sorry, guildies, if one of you happen to see this. Let's learn a guild leader's name. Where is he? Okay. Ashtray. At least I knew it started with an A. I mean, I feel so bad. Wow. Excellent guild material here. Alright, let's go back to farming. The guild conundrum has been solved. Hey, Anime is Life. I really like your name because I'm also a huge anime fan. I'm currently on the 2nd season of My Hero Academia. Some of the ones I've liked, like Parasite, The Maxim, Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, of course. Didn't like Dragon Ball GT. I thought Dragon Ball GT was terrible, and I just like to forget it ever happened. I did start watching Dragon Ball Super. Right now, I'm watching Kaguri, the gambling one, which is crazy. I really like that. But yeah. Oh, you couldn't get into GT either? Dude, GT just... I wish they would just pretend it never happened. It wasn't that great. It wasn't. Super is good so far. I'm not too far. I'm at where they want to get like the Universe Eternal Dragon or whatever it's called. So they're having that tournament on the planet. So that's where I am right now. They're like almost done with the tournament. So yeah, no kidding. And then making Goku a kid again, I was like, eh. It's like, eh. And then the whole the one thing I did like about it, I'll be honest, was the whole how Dragon Balls go dormant because when you wish, the negative energy builds up. So they go dormant to release the energy. I liked that. And I like how, because we kept overusing them and not solving our own problems, that it created like the corrupted, I forgot what the, Nega Shinron or whatever he was called. I liked that. I liked that part of it. But everything else was garbage. Oh yeah, SS5, the monkey version. Or they do end up combining, just so you know. The monkey versions combined to make, I forgot what it was called. Oh, the regular DB was good when it was just Goku meeting, you know, all the people that would be grown up in Z. I liked it. I didn't think I would like Dragon Ball because I saw Dragon Ball Z before I saw Dragon Ball. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be down with seeing, you know, Goku meet. Seeing Piccolo as a bad guy was really weird for me. Because you start off in Dragon Ball Z with Piccolo being great in training Gohan. And my favorite DBZ character of all time is Teen Gohan. I mean, and my favorite arc is the Cell Saga. And of course, because Teen Gohan was prominently featured in that, one-hand kill Cell was quite possibly the best moment in any Dragon Ball ever. When he does the father-son Kamehameha. Oh, man. Oh, such an awesome moment. And again, here's my randomness. My kids and I were really into the Budokai series, and Dragon Ball Budokai 3 was our favorite, and they hate it when I play Teen Gohan because I was undefeated in the house with them. And being the nerd I am, yes, I would finish him with the father-son Kamehameha and act it out. I would do the move, put down the controller, and do it. If my kids were here, they would nod their head and hang it in shame. But yes, I did do that. Have I seen Death Note? Yes, actually, my kids and I got into Death Note, and we watched all of the anime, and then we watched the good movies. And we watched the prequel movies, which is just about the detective, and we did not like those. They were terrible. But the movies that dealt with the main story arc from the anime, we did like those as well. I'm a fan of Death Note. Very, very good. Yes, Death Note actually made live-action movies. They've done it So they made the Japanese. There are some that are Japanese in origin, and then Netflix did a new one that is actually English in origin. There is the Japanese ones. The original Japanese ones are really good. I'm trying to think where you could watch them because I got them. I want to say I watched them on. It wasn't Netflix. I think we watched them on. How did we watch them? Yeah, I don't remember how we watched them, but there is one that actually follows the anime. But the prequel ones of the movies are terrible. They're god awful. Oh man, they're so horrible. They're really, really bad. They have to do with like some. He's trying to figure out some toxic spill or something like that, and they were just like, ugh. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. Did you guys happen to watch the Full Metal Alchemist? I saw that Netflix has that. I only made it through like the first 5 minutes, and I was like, wow, this show does not work as live action. I couldn't stomach anymore. I stopped. But I really enjoy Full Metal Alchemist, both Brotherhood and the original. Yeah, you can't do it either. Yeah, dude. I tried, man. I gave it a good 5 minutes. Really? Everyone says the Full Metal Alchemist movie is good? The live action one? I just want to make sure we're talking about the same one. Not the animated movies, but the live action one that's on Netflix. Okay, you're talking about, okay, yeah. The anime show. Yeah, no. Full Metal Alchemist, the anime, 100% worth investing in, my friend. It is really, really good. I mean, it's because it's one of those ones that is goofy at points, but then, dude, it has these episodes that hit you, as my kids would say, right in the feels. Like, more than once that the room has been dusty when Full Metal Alchemist has been on. More than once. Because they just... It's like, oh, you're laughing 1 second, then they like sucker punch you with this very emotional point. Dude, I just finished Mob Psycho. Dude, that show is so over the top ridiculous. Dude. All right, Nix. Did we just become best friends? Yep. But yeah, I like it. Mob Psycho 100 is hilarious. I can't wait for a second season, which I hope there is. I really hope there is, because that was just dumb fun. So is a Sidekick, which is it's an animated one, but it's just as ridiculous. Yep, Sword Art Online was good. That was good. Man, I just want to open it up so that anyone that's lurking in chat, you are more than welcome to ask a DHC question. It's just we covered a lot, and because of my randomness, we have drifted away from it, which is 100% okay. I don't mind off-topic chat, but if you do have a Dungeon Hunters Champion question, please feel free to ask it. I will answer it. I will not ignore you. I promise. I promise. And that's to anyone. If you feel like, hey, we've drifted too far off and you want some Dungeon Hunters talk, go for it. Also, if you missed it and you're okay with anime, I do post the streams to YouTube, usually in their entirety and unedited. So if you want to go back and hear what we were talking about strategy, about SW10 farming, about gear, that will be available on YouTube. Unedited. The only thing I edit typically is the start time. So I usually get 15 to 10 minute starts, and I usually cut it down to 30 seconds when I post it on YouTube, so that way it just gets into it. Okay, back to chat. I did not watch Season 2 of Sword Art Online. My kid said it was okay. So, my son, my second oldest, he's in anime. I got him into it. And he said it's worth checking out, but it's not the greatest thing. So, it's really made me put it aside. Because, man, there's so many great shows on right now. Not just anime, but just in general. There's a ton of stuff. Yeah, it was. It was good. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. That's kind of what my son was saying. That's pretty much what he was saying. So, I'll check it out then. Man, still no sturdy shoulders. The hunt continues. And the thing is, I don't even have any reasonable shoulders to slap in there. Even if I adjusted the 2-piece set, that's my best option is to get the shoulders. Yeah, it did. It tugged on it a bit. I didn't. I mean, it's a crazy concept, right? Some jerk off trapping people in a game for reals, and then having there be real consequences for death. I mean, that was a very interesting thing because you think about it. I mean, how careful would you be if you were trapped in a game and you could die? Yeah, sure, no problem, Ifer. Let me show you. I'll show you right now because you asked right as this round was ending. So we're gonna go ahead and sell this guy because that wasn't that great. We'll take a look at nature. We'll look at nature first and then water. Now, just a warning: water had whatever I felt like putting on him that had at least a little bit of accuracy. I haven't really worked on gearing him, but here's nature. We're looking at 85% accuracy, about 31k health, and 800 defense. This is how you really want your supports to look. And then with the accuracy, 85% is really good. These stats are really all you care about. Max HP, defense, and accuracy. If you can, work in some resistance, but it's not really required. Defense, crit, all that other stuff, eh. All right, Peter, dude, it was awesome hanging out and talking with you. Thanks for coming out and enjoy your family time, sir. So that's my nature. Here's the sets I'm running. I'm running Adept, Sturdy. And the reason why I'm running Sturdy is for the accuracy bracers. Because this was the best bracers I had, and it had a defense substat, and I got one roll into it, and I believe I got one roll into attack, if I remember correctly. I might be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. The the percentiles I'm using is HP and HP. Now, my goal is eventually to swap these shoulder pieces out for defense. Because from what I've done and the testing I've seen, going HP just makes them a little too squishy. But with this guy, if I wanted to, because I've already hit my recommended, which is 700 defense, like I really don't need to do it. If I want, I could just go and get a better sturdy HP shoulders. Or if I end up getting a vital with accuracy on it, a 5-star vital, I would switch both of these out to vital. Either way, it'd be good. So that's my nature. Now remember, I did say this Naga is just all the gear I had left over because I have a lot of units that I'm running with HP defense or HP and accuracy. That's why you see he only has a 3-star accuracy bracer. But here's his stats. We've got 28k HP, 700 or so defense, and 83 accuracy. So, I mean, even by my standards, he's good. I just don't like how I got there. Here's why. There's a lot of wasted stats. We've got attack, which is useless for him. Totally useless. But he also had 11% accuracy and 12% defense on here. Because here's the thing. Even if you get a garbage main stat for this unit, attack is not garbage. For this particular champion, it is garbage. But even if you get a garbage main stat, but you get substats that help you meet your goals here, it's a good piece of gear. Because like I said, I hit my pretty demanding goals even using a main stat that's not that great. And you know what? It happens here too because I have crit rate. But I have 21% max HP on this bad boy, which helps me get to my my HP goal. Now, imagine how great this is going to be when I can swap this piece out for an HP percent here, because that's going to crush this 21%. Is not even going to be relevant. So in a second, I would switch. But maybe I have got it, because I haven't gone through my inventory. Let's see if I actually got HP. You know what? I did this earlier and I didn't. I had these. So I could swap these out from here, and it would already be better than this piece. It would already be better. Because this 31 defense, not a fan of flat defense. I am a fan of flat HP, though. I'll be honest with that. I am a fan of it. But there you go. This is what I'm running, and now you know where I am going. But yeah. And just in case you missed it, max HP, defense, and resistance is what you want on your like standard support units, like your Mojos, your Zircons, where you don't give two piddlies about attack. You don't care about accuracy. So max HP, defense, resistance. And actually, let me say it in order. I think it should be defense max HP resistance for pure support units. If you have them like a Naga or like Zinnia, you want to go accuracy, defense, max HP, resistance in that order. And accuracy for your stripper like Zinnia, I would say 85% is where you want to be. You don't want to miss your strip in SW10. For your Nagas, 75 or higher, but 60 will work. And there you go, sir. Always happy to impart some of my limited knowledge onto someone. And I say limited, I'm not putting myself down. I'm a pretty humble guy. I don't know everything. And I'm always open to being corrected and saying, hey, Val, you know, we did some testing and found out XYZ is really how it is. I mean, always feel free to tell me that. Because I honestly don't know everything. I really don't. And I never will think I know everything. No matter how long I'm playing this game. And the music stopped. Oh, no. We went through that whole shuffle. Let's find some new stuff. Let's see. Party. We'll filter by party. Let's see what comes up. All right. Did that answer your question, Ifer? And I just want to say, too, guys, thank you for coming out. I'm kind of a small guy. Well, I am a small guy. I definitely know that. All your support, all your follows, all your likes, all your subs in Twitch and in YouTube, it really means a lot to me. It helps me with the stream. It gives me more encouragement to go forward. And don't get me wrong, even when I don't get them, I still keep going. I still keep pushing because it's not always going to be easy. Getting to where you want to be in life, if you have a dream, is not always going to be just this easy thing you just show up and it happens. You're going to struggle. You're going to fall. What matters is you pick yourself up. You say, I am going to keep doing this. Hey, no problem, Jay. No problem, Jay. You're a cool cat. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Oh, wow. They have a bot that says when people are watching now. That's cool. And I have to say this, too. Shout out to Gameloft. Like, that they're... I mean, guys, we know the game has issues, right? We know it. Oh, dude, you know what I just realized? The game crashed. The game crashed. So, as I go to say shout out to Gameloft, I noticed this. That was not set up. I just happened to notice. But, sorry. But shout out to Gameloft. Because as we all know, right? The game has issues, as we just saw. But here's the good news. They are extremely communicative. Like, you go to any other game, you do not get this kind of service. This is coming from over 20 years of playing games, and this is coming from a very long time since the iPhone 3GS of playing mobile games. You don't get this kind of communication. You just don't. Gameloft is going to fix it, and dude, they're going out of their way to help small guys like me to bring you guys more content, to bring us to more to the light and say, hey, look at these little guys out here who are producing good content. So you got to give Gameloft a shout out for that. All right, Jay. See you later, man. Thank you for catching the stream. I appreciate it. I hope to see you around a lot more. But yeah, so I mean, you know, got to give it up to Gameloft. The game is not perfect, but I truly feel like they are doing their best. And they didn't pay me to say this, by the way. They've highlighted me, but they didn't say, oh, this is what you have to say or anything. This is just my honest opinion. I would say it even if I wasn't the highlighted streamer. And I have said it, actually, if you go back through my previous streams. I've said it more than once that Gameloft is doing the best they can. They really are. I hope, dude, stream tomorrow from, I think it's Zenistar. We're going to see the Update 1 patch notes. Yes. I mean, oh, man. There's a laundry list of things I want that are all update related. Like better sorting for your champion list on iPhone X. If you don't have an iPhone X, going through your champions is a pain because the switch bar here, little bar that comes up where you swipe to close and move apps, is right next to the champions. And in some games, It's super sensitive. Like, you touch it and it'll swipe. And that's how it is in this one. In other games, it's rock solid. You can hit it and you have to, like, make sure you're trying to do that swipe motion. And I hope that's what they're going to here. Then there's the crashes on PC, which we just saw. Because I like to stream from PC, there's less delay than if I run Air Server and run it on my iPhone X. Plus, you get a bigger screen. If I run it on my iPhone X, the screen's a little smaller. So, I like running the PC client. Because you can actually, the stream window here, or OBS window, will reflect the size that you've resized your window to. So if you're looking to get it in a specific shape to fit your scene layout, you can do that, which is really nice. So, and also it's just fast. It runs really great on the Windows 10 client. So that's what I like to stream from, which is why I want to see fixes for it. Those are like my biggest two, really. And then there's various ones, like, I don't think we caught this quick enough, but if you're running Nature Pirate, by the way, which is amazing unit. If you're running him or any of the pirates that have OGD on skill 1, I don't know if they all do, they will not use their OGD on boss. They'll literally just stop using the skill. They'll be in range to use it. All the conditions will be right to use it, but they'll just kind of stare at it and go, I don't wanna. So I hope they fix that. I hope it's in there, but I don't know how soon they caught it, so it might not be. And there's like all kind of, little things like that just to make our lives much easier, I'm really excited to see it, though. I'm super excited. Still no sturdy shoulders, but plenty. Oh, also, I do on my Saturday streams is when I do summons. So typically, so far, I have anywhere from 20 to 30. I think what I'm going to start doing is investing in packs. Because it's all been from farming, right? As you saw, I get shards and I get disc. So on Saturdays, I'll usually go through 30. The most I've ever had was 60. That was my first one. And it was only because the game was new, right? And I was clearing new content a lot. So I was getting a lot of disc. My next stream was about 40. The one after that was 30. And I'm estimating that this next one's going to be about 30. But what I might do is I might buy some packs and invest in like one premium to bring it up to 40 summons total. That's the plan. Now, I haven't planned on streaming for this long. I might stream here another 15 minutes. So it'll be a 2-hour stream. And then my wife is actually, she had some work done and she's in the hospital. So she was out of it, and she was like, oh, there's no reason to stay here, because she's out of it. Anesthesia is wearing off. And I'm going to go be with her. So I was just doing this to kill the time. And then I came home, and I saw, the highlighted streamer. I was like, oh, wow. I'm dying to tell my wife, because she's ultra supportive. I always tell her, I got to keep her. I won't trade her in for a new model. She's great. Great, great, great. So I'm really excited to go over there and tell her and sit and talk with her. And of course, I will be farming. And that doesn't annoy her, because that is the beauty of auto. You load it up, you hit auto, and you do whatever else it was you were doing. Only have to look down every 2 minutes and hit replay again. So super easy to talk with her. And wow, this is the third wipe, I'm sure. Naga, can you stay? Oh, he stayed alive. So we're still only 2 wipes. My 98% win rate is intact. Ah, flat stat. It only sells for 6.2k or 6.1k. Wow, that came out very Peterish, and that wasn't intended. Not at all. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a refresh. I'm actually just going to call it after I run out of stamina on this. And then I'll head over and check on the wife. So I really appreciate you guys coming out, though. Yeah, I know, right? That Naga was like, you will not fail. I was like, all right. That's why Nagas are just amazing units, man. I really like, especially in SW10. That was my, that just came in. My very loud, tall son and his very loud, medium-sized, soon-to-be fiance. So yeah, I'm that old. I got a kid who's talking about getting married. He's a good one, though. I didn't trade him in. You know, there's a few points in his life I was thinking, you know, would eBay take kids? But he made it. He made the cut.
Hey, Dad, I know you're streaming, but is Nana here?
No. She left.
Oh, her car's here.
Here, give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. My son was asking. And I let him know he's adjusting himself live on stream. So you're welcome for that. Yeah. X-Bad, you joined at an awkward time. No, I was just he had come in and was asking me some questions about where his sister and his grandmother was, or Nana. But just to let you know, X-Bad, I am going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. I'm not going to do another refresh, so we've got about 8 more runs, depending on how the energy goes from killing it. And then my wife is actually out of surgery. Okay, you heard that? All right, just to let you know. So yeah, I didn't get my sturdy, but hopefully I'll get it tonight while I'm farming there with her. I really do. Because what I'm dying for, and the devs have said this is something they're looking at, but it's way, way on the radar, is I'm really looking for better gear management. Not just the mass sell, but man, it's just so hard when you have a large selection of gear to go through and find the optimal set. And one of the questions I asked, and I wish they would do it, is SW, actually there's a way to export your runes right from the game. And then run, what's it called? Rune. What's the name of that website that does the runes? I don't even know if SW still lets you do it, to be honest. But you export it, and you're able to see all the runes in your inventory and all your characters, and then actually create a virtual, like how you want to set everything up. You can see every rune on every character and every stat. It's so awesome. And I asked them if they plan on doing anything like that, and they said no because of a security risk. So we have to wait for something in game, which, I mean, the dev was straight up honest. It's like a long ways off. But it is on their radar. It is. Let's see. Do you recommend doing ED7 to get gear to farm SW4? Oh, dude, absolutely. I actually did a YouTube video on that very subject. So here's what it comes down to, X-Bad. No one just goes to SW10 or to ED10. My recommended is you do ED7 until you have a good set of vital gear with the stats that you need. Once you have a good set of vital gear, you do SW4 at minimum. I'm talking straight SW4. Your thing should be you log in, you finish your daily quest, you watch all your free videos, and then if you only spend nat stamina, what I mean by nat stamina is meaning you don't refresh, you don't spend gems to refresh, you only log in and burn your natural stamina you accumulate, then what you should burn that all on is SW4, at least for a week and a half to 2 weeks, until you have a good Adept rune set. Once you have a good Adept rune set, then you jump into ED7. Once you have a mix of ED7 and SW4 gear, that's when you make the call on if you're going to push deeper into SW or if you're going to try for ED10. It all depends on how your drops go. Oh, wow. You like to do it manually, Nix? That you're the first person that I know who didn't use Rune Optimizer and preferred it manual. I hated manual. Like, when I found out about Rune Optimizer in that, it was honestly, I think I was a tear may have come out, you know? And that's what I use. Free Rune, actually, as a matter of fact, it was so bad. I would tell my wife that once it came out, hey, it's Free Rune Removal Day, and I'm going to spend at least a good 6 hours going through and optimizing my units, honey, on one Saturday a month. And, of course, because my wife's awesome, she's like, yeah, that's fine. So I kind of don't like going back to this, where it's more of, I have to eyeball it. I have to inventory all the gear on all my other characters, create a list in a spreadsheet, then look at what I have in inventory. It's just, Because sometimes I'll forget to remove something, or sometimes I'll forget to move it to a character, and it's just like, ah. But hey, I mean, if that's your jam, though, I have a buddy who I've played with for many years who is also into manual. But he likes Rune Optimizer because it helped him be more efficient. But he did not mind manual at all before it. Not at all. But more power to you, my friend. More power to you. And yeah, thanks, guys. You know, here's the weird thing. So I know I say thanks for the follows and all that a lot. I was reading on, I'm one of those where I do research on how to, when I'm into something, how to make it successful. And one of the Twitch recommendations was every 30 to 45 minutes, always thanking people for being here and thanking them for follows and things like that. So that's why I do it. It was on the How to Be a Successful Streamer book, basically, from Twitch. So that's why I do it. I feel like it's just too much, though. Like, it's like, all right, you said it once. That's enough. But Twitch says it's the way to success. Oh, dude, yeah. So they added that after I left. I did come back briefly for like a week before I even heard of DHC. And that thing was cool. Basically, it puts Rune Optimizer out of business. There's no reason for the devs to maintain that anymore. Because the in-game UI now is just amazing for Rune management. It really is. But, you know, shout out to the Rune Optimizer people who carried the load until Com2S decided to introduce theirs. That's what I was hoping, you know, Gameloft was going to do. But, nah, they feel it's too much of a security risk. So, it's not going to happen for us. And I'm assuming if some crafty engineering guy or coder guy figured out a way to do it, it would get patched. So, because they were definitely against it when I asked. Which is a bummer. That's okay, though. It's okay. It's totally okay. We can't get everything we want right when we want it. And I understand that. Especially when it comes to development. At my job, I see what... I don't sit too far from our engineering team and our coders, and I see what goes into something that we would consider really small, and it is mind-blowing, the amount of work that goes into just the smallest thing, something you wouldn't think like, well, all you have to do is change this to say this, but then there's regression testing, there is, oh man, there's so much that goes in to push an update out for something. I completely understand the amount of time it takes and the priorities that you have to do them in. You actually learned a little bit about Agile from the guys over there. So it makes sense. I get it. I understand why. And that's why I'm a big, you know, saying it again, that we just have to be patient with Gameloft, because they are 100% doing their best. And they're doing above and beyond, I would say, what the industry standard is for mobile games and communication to their player base. Yeah. Oh, dude. See, I understood the mark anger when it was changed and people started failing SW10. But like what I was trying to tell people in Discord and what I told them on that Saturday stream was like, look, guys, they told us multiple times, one, it wasn't fixed. They apologized profusely for saying it's still not fixed. And then even took it a step further and multiple times said, hey, we are going to fix it. And I get that they didn't announce they fixed it. They just pushed it. But they did say several times that eventually this is going to get fixed. And please do not build units around it. Oh, wow. This is garbage, but at least it sells for 12K. I was so hoping that would be the piece, but it wasn't. Yeah, true. It is, Nix. It is. I don't know programming. I just know what goes into, like, once they change it, actually getting it out to everyone and doing all the testing and verifying it. And sometimes stuff gets missed, because I was one of those guys, I'll be honest, I was just a regular support guy for a long time. So I was taking customer calls on stuff being broken. Like, oh, this is broken. This is so obvious. How can you miss this, you know? And in support, I was thinking the same thing. Obviously, I didn't tell the customer that, but I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I agree with this guy. Why is this broken? How come we didn't get this? And it's because it is honestly impossible to test to all the scenarios that can occur in the field, especially in ours. Here we're kind of locked into the architecture for iPhones, the architecture for Android, which I heard is a lot harder because there's a lot of fragmentation in the Android market. But an iPhone, you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to have, and you have to, typically what they do is they build to the lowest common denominator, and so that way it works across everything. If you just have better than the lowest common denominator, it's going to be faster, right? But sometimes it doesn't always work out like that, and it's hard to test for all those scenarios. I know it sounds like I'm trying to like kiss up, but I'm not. Honestly, I just really understand what goes into it and how stuff can get missed. I really do. Just like I don't get mad at support people who don't know everything, because I've been the support person who actually, I knew I was one of the senior guys, so I knew what would happen, but I haven't seen every issue that could occur. And you'd have some people that would like just bite your head off because you were wrong about one thing. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, sir. Sorry. But now I know, and let's just fix your issue and move forward. So I'm also patient with that because I understand what it's like to be that person. Anyway, that was like life lessons from Val. As I've warned, and my kids will tell you, I could take the most mundane conversation and turn it into some kind of overall life lesson. My kids just think it's hilarious. They're like, Dad, we just asked you how you're doing today, and you're telling us like what it was like during the Dust Bowl era. That's an exaggeration, as I wasn't alive during the Dust Bowl, but you get the idea. You get the idea. I'm very, that's just who Val is. That's how I roll. Looks like we got about 2 more runs, and then we're going to call it, guys. I'm going to call the wife, hang out with her. Also get some dinner. I'm a little hungry. And luckily, the hospital food at this cafeteria, it's so good that actual cafeteria is a date spot. Like, people go there on dates because the food is just amazing. Oh, yeah, true. You can definitely speculate. For sure. For sure. Just we have to, know. I forgot. Well, honestly, I lost my train of thought because I just read something and it just distracted me. Sorry about that. That happens. I call it my train. I'll lose my train all the time when it happens. I'm like the dog in Up. Ooh, squirrel. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I would love to blame old age, but it's not old age. It's just I get distracted. Come on, one of you. One of you, please. One of these 2 runs. I will you to have my sturdy defense shoulders. It is my will. So let it be willed. So let it be done. That's not going to work. But, I mean, I tried, right? I tried. Man, this service that I get for the copyright music, because it actually is copyrighted music, but I have a license for it. It's really got some good stuff. Because I didn't want to mess around with that. I was reading when I was setting up like Twitch and YouTube about copyrights and music and all that stuff. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah, like that's a really neat mechanic that this one has. This game has, where you can get bonus damage from Oh, dude, did you see like that? She just got 1 shot. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. She didn't have the shield buff from Naga. That's why she died. Oh, there it is. Just the Nagas. Oh no, that was a double knockout. So our 3rd wipe of the stream. Oh, are you? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, always, though, in any of my streams, when I do veer off, if there is someone with, a on-topic Dungeon Hunter Champions question, go ahead and chime in. Please. You don't have to listen to my inane babblings. I promise I will always prioritize your DHC questions over this. Or any game questions, actually. Because eventually, I do want to stream other games. Like, eventually. Not anytime soon. I really want to build up a good base in Dungeon Hunter Champions. like, and really get a feel for the Dungeon Hunter community and the needs of that community before I move on to other stuff. But just so you know, it is in the back of my mind. If I do it, it's going to be an older game, and I have one in mind. It's Monster Hunter Worlds. Haven't played it, seen a lot of it, but I want to try it. I really do. And it seems like a good one to stream. So maybe I said like six months or so from now, once we kind of all feel comfortable in DHC and we've gotten our new content, I might add that into the mix. Not sure when I'm going to have time to do it, but I plan on it. All right, come on, guys. Don't wipe on this one. You got to give me... You know what? That wipe, I always like to say it was the piece that I needed. It was the piece I needed. So there goes my shoulders. Let's hope this one, RNGesus, blesses us with my shoulders. And then next stream, you'll see my... probably see Bubba Cruck if it drops. I'll throw her in here and see how she does. All right, this one was a clean kill. A good way to end the stream. Yeah, see when she has the buff up? Nah, they're not going to die. Oh, no, okay. See, the game just... And this is the importance of having a stripper. Like, that happened because we didn't get the debuff strip or the invulnerability strip fast enough. And... No... Okay, but... This is a good piece. Okay. This is an awesome piece for an attacker. Minus the move speed. But you've got crit damage and you've got attack. So this is good. This is good. Oh, nice. Oh, you Dungeon Master. Okay, dude. You're talking to my roots right there. I was hardcore D&D. Very hardcore. Even before 3.0. So, all right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the follows. Normal stream times are Thursday from 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for about 1 or 2 hours. And then Saturdays are a lock, though, at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I do go over because I get excited, and the community's just so good. My wife understands. So, but that's it for the stream. Once again, dudes and dudettes, thank you for watching, and stay frosty out there.